Welcome to Leadership Labs. I'm Louise and Maurice, leadership mentor and creator of the Academy for Holistic Leadership. Lab 2 gives you the structured preparation, processes, and insight leaders rely on to create meaningful, real-world impact. All the resources I mention in this professional training are free and linked in the description below. Let's get started. Let's continue on. We're looking at the Get Results Confidence Coaching Program, session number 2. Remember, Get Results is an acronym, and that means that I've taken every letter of that word, Get Results, and I have used it so that you can connect with it, your clients connect with it. The E, the first E of Get Results stands for empower. Hashtag empower confidence. Now, empower means to take ownership. And this is where with our sample client, she needs to take ownership of her confidence. And that's where you've got to move your clients to that space of empowerment. Because if they're going to empower confidence within them, that means that yes, they have to be informed in a way that supports them. They can't get their information from other people anymore. They have to feel inspired to go after confidence that will last a long time, not just in the moment confidence. And they have to feel ignited. Now, as we continue on, obviously the whole session is going to be geared toward that. But you would have sent this image to your client, right? That plan, the email, remember I've done that PDF document for you. You just send that off to them. And they have an opportunity to look at that image and really connect with their thoughts, their feelings about that image. And sometimes people don't know what that word empower means, but it really is about taking ownership. So if they're not clear on that, that's something that you can share with them. Again, I'll go through that in step number 1. But when they get that plan, yes, they can prepare, practice, progress through it, and then perform. But the URL will take them to the site and they have an opportunity to get familiar with it. But our client, what they need is really to take ownership of their confidence. They need to empower confidence that comes in every moment, not just whether they're getting awards or claps. No, they have to have that confidence even in the tough times. They have to know that, yeah, the claps will be there. The claps will be there, and it's going to come from their own world. All right, let us continue, because in the next lecture, we're going to look at step number 1 of session 2. Let's continue. In this lecture, we are going to focus on step number 1, the 5 minutes of starting session number 2, and the phrasing. Now, you have downloaded the PDF document, so you've got the now, the next, and the new all set up for you. Because that phrasing is important. Remember, the way that you begin a session helps you to connect with your clients. And I have developed this program so that each session is 40 minutes long. If you are using a free program like Zoom, they limit you to the time of 40 minutes. And that's where 40 minutes, you have to be able to have it all mapped out. But when you are working with a group of people, it becomes a bit more challenging to have session number 2, step 1 of 5 minutes, because part A of that, part 1 is, hey, how did you make out with session number 1? What are your thoughts, your feelings about what you accomplished in session number 1? Remember, they've had an entire week now to apply what they've learned. Now, only a few people might want to share what their experience was, and you have to be aware of that. Some people might not be ready, but regardless of the tool that you are using, if it's one-on-one, that's fine. They get that full attention. But when you're with a group, it becomes a bit more challenging. So I would always limit the group numbers to no more than 6 people, because that way at least it gives everyone 30 seconds, 45 seconds to share. And that way you can time it and you can have everyone just, okay, this is real quick. And then you can also adjust your phrasing as well. But you want to connect. Okay, did you have a chance to see the email? Yes, I did. All right, how was it? So you might flip around the now, the next, and the new. But keep that in mind. You don't want to go any more than 6 people, especially for a 40-minute session. All right, that is step number 1. Just wanted to share some insight with you, especially if you're working with a group of people. As we move on in the next lecture, we are going to focus on step number 2. Let's continue. The empower process begins with questions. Remember, we're on the first E of the Get Results program, and that E stands for empower. And the coaching process are those questions. And step number 2 of session 2, again, all of 5 minutes, but it allows your clients to really take hold of what they need to do. Remember, we're focused on those needs, what your clients need. We had talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how your clients experience their day based on the modalities, the 5 senses. And this is where, when they're talking to you, people will always connect with the modality that they are used to. Well, I hear that. It sounds to me like, and that tells them, yeah, hearing, that's important. It's auditory. That's what they connect with. Other people, well, I didn't see myself that way. Visual. And every time that they're talking, this is what I want you to key in on, especially as they are responding to these questions. But empower, you want them to own. And you want them to own a day that's just theirs. There's a day where their needs are fully met. They're describing that. They're using their 5 senses to describe it. What is informing them that that is their best confident day? Remember, I've got those questions on the PDF document for you. But how they're inspired. Some people, again, are more thinking. Other people are more feeling. And you have to be able to connect with both learning styles. That's why there's all different types of questions. And then ignite. Some people, they've got to have that fire underneath them, that motivation. They have to be ignited. And those questions connect with them in a way where they're excited, because as they continue on, then you're going to use the online resource. You're going to engage them. But it's asking the questions first so that they have those questions in mind as they're using the online tool. All right, let us look at that in the next lecture. Let's continue. Thank you for completing this Confidence Coaching Leadership Lab. Every skill you practice here strengthens your ability to lead with clarity, confidence, and grounded presence in real-world situations. If you'd like to continue developing your human-centered leadership and coaching skills, you'll find additional resources, leadership labs, and professional training. Links in the description below. I appreciate you being here and investing in your growth as a leader.